Okay, let's go on to number two. It's one of the new movies that was released last weekend called Hail Caesar. It's the Coen Brothers movie.
Mm-hmm.
That stars a whole bunch of people, and they kind of advertise it as a star-studded ensemble movie. A story about a studio chief whose main movie star, it is a movie about movie.
Yeah, like the
It's
player.
yeah, George Clooney. George Clooney plays the star in this big epic. Got kidnapped by some communists, and then they had to scramble to find him. Reviews are good. Critics about 79% on the tomato meter, but the
Yeah,
cinema
although
score is a C minus.
the thing with this is the Coen brothers are kind of review proof, critic proof. I mean, critics love them. There is a huge disconnect though between critics and the cinema score. Usually, I mean, it's a lot of people, your general audience, when they see a movie that they like that critics don't like, they'll say, "Oh yeah, critics, what do they know?" But in general, critics do agree with the audiences a lot of times. But this is one of those times that they disagree.
Well, for this
And
movie,
Michael Bay movies.
right, right. I mean, for this movie, I'm not surprised because, like we said last week, insider movies are hard to do and don't do that
Yeah.
well because there is this thing that critics can laugh at. There are like insider jokes that the general audience might not get or might not find funny.
Yeah, it's one of these films for film enthusiasts, people who watch hundreds of movies a year, not your general audience who only watch like 9 or 10 movies a year.
Yeah, and they kind of know how the studio system works, right? I mean, if you don't
Yeah,
know, if you just want to watch a movie, it's like, what's going on there? Why is this funny?
right. Like they might not get a lot of the insider jokes, but 11.4 million and at a budget of just 22 million, it's not too bad. The only thing is, with such a poor cinema score, the drop off next week is going to be huge. It could be one of those 60 to 70% drop offs.
But this movie did better than our projections, right? We both had it around 10 million. Given
Yeah,
that we
just
didn't,
slightly better.
yeah, slightly better. Given that we didn't, I guess we forgot the Super Bowl. Super Bowl probably knocked a couple million off its box office total.
Yeah, probably. But I'm thinking people who go watch this Hail Caesar probably don't watch the Super Bowl, I don't think.
No, no, I think they trend older or maybe just industry people.
But yeah, it did do a little bit better than we expected, though. So, and compared to the other Coen Brothers movies, it did okay. It's not True Grit or it's not No Country for Old Men. The only problem with most of their films is they tend to be platform releases. This one
Mhm.
just went wide because of all those stalls, probably.
Yeah.
And so it's hard to compare to their previous openings. But 11 million for a movie that only cost 22 million to make, that's pretty good.
Yes, and Coen Brothers movies are always kind of for the film enthusiasts. They're not
Yeah.
mainstream material, with the rare exception of True Grit and No Country for Old Men. But most of their stuff are
Oh, born after
indies.
reading.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But they're kind of indies and for like I say, film enthusiasts. And I think
Yeah.
Hail Caesar is no different, except that it stars all these people. George Clooney, Ralph Fiennes, Channing Tatum, Scarlett Johansson, Jonah Hill. They just want to work with him, and they probably took a pay cut for this.
Right.
I mean, normal studio blockbuster couldn't afford to have all these people in here.
Yeah, I kind of like what Paul Schrader said. He saw The Assassins, which was a Chinese martial arts epic that he didn't like. He wasn't very impressed with, but he was looking forward to it for a whole year because of the buzz from Cannes. And he basically said, "Hey, there are people like that director and the Coen brothers. People invest in them like they invest in stocks, and he thinks like people like the Coen brothers have a lot of people investing in their stock, and no matter what they turn out." These people will like it and give it the thumbs up. He's basically saying these people are not very objective. Like if you step out of that zone, you'll see that, hey, some of their movies aren't that good.
Well, I'm sure the people who star in this movie find the script funny. That's why they're in it.
Yeah, yeah,
But like I said, insider movies are a tough sell because people, the general audience, are not in on the jokes.
yeah, right.